So I guess a big hello from Switzerland. I'm in Zug in Switzerland. I've been to Switzerland before, but it was only for like 48 hours. And I was doing like a Kentucky tour, so it was pretty much just drinking beers the whole time. And I'm glad that it was only that long because it's just so expensive here. It's insane. And I'm incredibly lucky to be staying at my friend's apartment, so that's a massive expense out of the way. And oh my god, sorry, there's something in my eye. I'm good now. Apologies, amateur hour over here.
Ready the arrival of 2005.
Okay, I love you so much. I'll see you soon, honey. See you, honey. Oh, so we're back on the road, this time to Switzerland. I'm not really sure how much I can tell you about what we're doing, because I haven't discussed with this bloke about exactly how much we're publishing, but Switzerland, help a guy with humanitarian work, and then from there back Poland, Ukraine, all that sort of jazz. Getting through security at the airport has been just hell, because I don't get how people don't realise, like, you've never been able to carry more than 7 kilos on a plane or carry liquids on an international flight. Like, that's fucking obvious, but people hold up hours because of it. But that's my rant. I always say to say goodbye to Lil. I was hoping it wasn't going to take like this short of a trip back. You know, I've only been back a few weeks, and I said last time, like, there's no way I'm going to stay back longer, but it just, I can't turn up opportunities like this as they arise. I just have to do it. And I think, you know, in 5 years I won't look back and go, oh, remember how we sat on the couch that night. It'll be, remember when I went to Switzerland and that was hard, but it was awesome. So I still need to take this opportunity as it comes, but I've just been away so much this year. It's my ramble. I'm going to get through security and get on the plane. Welcome to the land of Switzerland. I flew in here today. The flight, every flight from Australia to anywhere is just so shit because it just goes forever. And it's like 26 hours long or something. Sorry about all the road noise. And then my mate I'm meeting here is like, mate, just get on the train to get into like Zurich. It's easy, it's cheap. And I'm like, yeah. Went there, got confused about the trains, and I was like, fuck, I could just get an Uber. And then the Uber dude like ditched me, so it cost me like 50 Australian dollars. And I didn't even get an Uber, so then I booked another ticket. So it ended up an absolute pain in the ass just getting here. It was like, my biggest fear in the world is public transport. I fucking hate it. I reckon that's an Australianism, because Australian public transport fucking sucks no matter where you are. But welcome. See my mate. I'm staying right in the centre here. It's fucking stunning. I haven't been to Zurich before. It's one of the places in Europe I haven't been. So hopefully it'll bring you some interesting stuff. But I've got like 20 minutes to kill before I catch up with Stefan. This was something I was not planning for. Absolutely pissing rain. But we've talked about what we're doing. So my mate has to go international, maybe for a week, maybe 2. But we want to find some cars to take to Ukraine to do some humanitarian work. So I'll be in Switzerland, going around looking for vehicles, catching all sorts of public transport to get everywhere. It'll be fun to find some cars to buy for humanitarian charity work, for, you know, those people that live in areas that has been completely under conflict, completely catastrophic consequences has happened, and hopefully improve some lives of some people living in that sort of situations. I'm gonna try and beat this tram to end well for me. It's just come down with this incredible storm. It's been 28 degrees today and just a perfect clear Switzerland day, and it was honestly like something out of a fairy tale. At least this side of Switzerland, you know, Zurich area, I've never been before, and it's just beautiful, and the people are so lovely. There's lovely people in every corner of the world that I go to. That's the one constant, is there's always lovely people. There's always people willing to help me and talk to me and listen, and it's one of the beauties of life. And to get out amongst it, I'm so lucky and so grateful I'm able to do that. And I guess the next question of why am I here? What am I doing here? So I met my friend here whilst in Ukraine. He was doing humanitarian work, helping on the humanitarian front. We met, got talking, and became good friends. And he pitched the idea to me of helping him put together some humanitarian work for the front line, because there's so much humanitarian goods and services and everything going into the west of Ukraine, into like Lviv, Kiev, places like that, where they don't really need it currently. And a lot of that isn't getting into the east, into those villages and towns that are so war-torn, so affected. And those civilian populace have really suffered. They may not have clean water or food or nappies or anything. And that's something I'm really passionate about, is helping these people, because I think for my work on the filmmaking front, at least, maybe not the views, maybe don't show this, but at least for me, in my heart and my passion, the most important videos I've done have been in those towns, that telling these people's stories, listening to them, them inviting me into their homes and their lives, is just been the most incredible thing for me. So I guess I can kill two birds with one stone in this. I can help out building these four-wheel drives, because I know something about, I guess, four-wheel drives and vehicles. I can help, get into these areas in the east and deliver these humanitarian goods that have been donated and get them into the areas that are needed to be delivered. And also, on the other front, I can, continue filming and continue my work and showing the story and talking to the people and all of that good stuff. So this opportunity, I couldn't let go. It will probably be a few weeks before I'm actually in Ukraine doing everything. It just needs to be, I guess, sorted out better. I'm happy when it's just me. I'm happy to just do things absolutely fast and loose and just go for it. But when there's other people involved and there's a whole range of stuff, it needs to be a bit more planned out. But this has just been all such a new experience for me, and I was a bit nervous of coming away again, and I had been only home for a little bit, and I hadn't completely decompressed, and I hadn't even decompressed from the first time. That first time I only went home for a few weeks, and then I came back and only been home for a few weeks, and I haven't actually had that proper decompression phase. And that will come, and that can wait, and that will happen. I know there's a lot of people being like, mate, how's your health and everything? My health is good. Don't worry about that. I bloody promise you it's fine. And this is all of that. Everything can wait, and I need to continue on this, because I believe time is of the essence, and it is very important. But getting out of my comfort bubble is so important for me, and a lot of people have just sort of strive and have that confidence and ability and everything, and that's bloody good on you. But I believe, at least for me, and I think this goes true for a lot of people, is to continue pushing that comfort bubble, because it doesn't just expand and expand and expand. It sort of expands and then contracts. You get more comfortable in a situation, but then you go back into your comfort zone and it starts, drawing back in. That goes with resilience as well. To continue to be resilient to situations. So I'm not meaning situations like war. I'm just meaning situations like, being able to get onto a train and navigate public transport systems and, paying for things and just everyday stuff. That everyday stuff, honestly, affects me and scares me more than anything else in this. And that's important for me to do, because when I'm at home, my comfort zone and bubble and resilience just goes like this, because I'm so comfortable in that scenario. And when I thought about, I don't really want to go away again, I like sitting on the couch and hanging out with my partner and doing this and doing that, I had this thought of but I've got so many more years of doing this. I'm not going to look back in a number of years and go, oh, remember that time I sat on the couch and went down to the shops and did this. No, I'll remember that time and, yep, 3 days notice I jumped on a plane, I flew to Zurich, I met my friend, I stayed in Zug, a place that I would have never been otherwise, and I saw the beautiful water here and talked to the beautiful neighbours. Like, oh, we got told, Matt, you're coming from Australia and come for a beer with us, and all of that stuff is something I wouldn't have, you don't experience unless you step outside that zone. And that doesn't mean doing stuff like this. It just means doing things which at the time you may not feel like doing, because I'm like that. I am an incredibly, like, at heart, lazy person. That my biggest concern is, like, I just can't be bothered doing that 20-hour flight. All I have to do is get on and sit down, and the pilot does the bloody flying. But it's just in me, and I need to continue working that to get it out. So I just want to thank everyone for supporting me with all of this and what I want to do, and continuing that support and everything. I've seen a lot of comments that it's sad that this channel's dying off and blah blah blah, but not really. Like, only a few months ago I was getting in the hundreds of views and had a few thousand subscribers, and now a lot of people have dropped off, but that's fine. Things come in waves and there's peaks and troughs and everything, but I'm just enjoying this ride along with you guys, and I hope you enjoy it with me. Even if some of the things we talk about and see are very heavy, I hope that gives a perspective, it can tell a story, and it's important, I guess, historically with some of it. But some of my content will transition more into just some of me travelling and talking and have nothing to do with some conflict. And there will be bits and pieces everywhere, because I want to do this just the way I want to do it. And if that doesn't interest you, then that's fine. It doesn't have to. But I just want to thank you guys very much. There will be a lot more coming as we move into Ukraine and whatever else comes from there. So I guess strap in, look after yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, thank you very much. And I'm gonna enjoy this storm, because it's wild, and I'm never gonna have an opportunity like this in Switzerland, because Switzerland's too expensive for me to enjoy if I had to rent a place and do everything. So I'm very, very lucky to be here in an apartment that my friend has. So thank you. Thank you to him. Okay, I'll see you soon. I went way too far on the bloody bus, but that's alright. I had to get back on the same one because I got to the end of the terminal and just had to go back 9 stops. Not exactly sure I'm going from here, but we're going to look at some cars to buy, to drive to Ukraine. This doesn't look very car yardy. Oh god, where the fuck am I? It's because everything's written in German. There's like 15 vowels in a word that's only 16 letters. So it's so hard to be like, where the fuck am I? Well, welcome to Hinwil. There's another Nissan Pathfinder. I almost said Nissan Pajero then. There's another Nissan Pathfinder here that I'm going to have a look at, because of course we need 2 of the same vehicle. And in the beginning we were tossing up between Pajeros and Pathfinders. And of course I drive a Pajero back home, so I've got some experience with them. And yeah, like, they don't have the build quality of, like, say a Land Cruiser, but they're also like a third the cost. And I actually really rate them. That said, here they're like double the price of the Pathfinders, and they're almost too nice to take somewhere and they're not going to come back and get beaten up and whatever. So we think the Pathfinder, with our budget, the Pathfinder with then the rest of the budget in like modifications on it, suspension, tyres, whatever else, is going to be a better vehicle than just blowing the budget completely on the Pajeros. So we'll see, but I've caught a train. Helicopters, rich Swiss people probably going to work, but I've got a train about 2 hours sort of northeast of where I was, so I'm just going to check the maps here. I'm going to cross here this way. Sorry, I had no idea where I'm going. It's really pretty up there. Anyway, caught a train like 2 hours northeast, getting used to all the public transport stuff. Did the connection brilliantly, didn't get lost like I did yesterday. But rock up to this car yard and see. I've been emailing all these places and none of them have emailed me back. I don't know if it's just like the car sales app I'm using or what. So I'm sort of just blue balling it, rocking up and being like, what up? I'm an Australian here to try and buy a vehicle. And my mate's away who's going to be doing the paperwork. So seems dodgy, but it's not. update. This place doesn't exist. I don't know what is with the addresses here, but like it must just be people registering businesses to then have in the like outskirts of Europe, because like half the businesses on Google Maps you rock up to just don't exist. It's just like a housing block. This isn't a car yard like it was meant to be, so that's interesting. So I got a calzone at this place, and the lovely lady who was like, I don't speak any English or not much, she's like, do you want like chili sauce? She gave me like, she made this thing of like chili, like a hot chili sauce, and it's like proper hot, but it's amazing. It's awesome. But it's like properly like, it's like habanero, of all like leaking, but it's so good. I heard the blender start up at the back, and I'm like, it must just be chilies in there. We're gonna go pick up my new helmet, like my ballistic helmet for Ukraine. So one's apparently ordered in for me, so that'll be awesome. So I'm in like Bersh or something it's called. It just started raining, but I think my ballistic helmet is down here somewhere. We will see. I'm going to get across in front of this Porsche. That'd be an insurance claim, maybe for me. Maybe it'd just pay me out. I have no clue. I'm just going to go up and see. Okay, so I got my helmet after finding it, and then we talked guns for like half an hour. Really good guys. I can't believe how loose the laws here are in Switzerland for like owning fully automatic machine guns, everything. It's crazy. It's awesome. You look at it and you're like, holy shit, how's this legal? Like, I mean, from an Australian, you know, it's even looser than like the US laws. And the US laws, you know, from an Australian sort of law perspective, can look like the Wild West, and this is just crazy. So I got my helmet, and that's all good. So that's one thing I haven't owned before, so now I own a helmet.
Yeah, can't. Yeah.